Hello and welcome to the Committed Podcast. This is your host, Mike Overton. I'm with a very special guest from Corona, California. I'm going to run down a little bit of her stats and hopefully I get it right. I've been doing my research via Facebook and Instagram, and so let's go for it. So this is Ashleigh Majia. She is a recent graduate from Santiago High School in Corona, where I understand you tied a record for career home runs at 31.
Yes, I
Unbelievable.
did.
Yep. Senior batting average was 485, which earned you not only first team All State Cal High Sports, you were also the MVP of the Riverside versus San Gabriel Valley All Star game that you had after the school year. I also learned that you've been chosen to play in the PGF All American game. That's later this month, right? A couple weeks.
Yes, it is. Right around the
That
corner,
is
a couple weeks.
that is exciting. All that while just recently graduating from Santiago High School and preparing to embark on her career at Arizona State University. Ashleigh, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Now, this is awesome. This is awesome. Now, me and Ashley having a little bit of a reunion. She doesn't quite remember, but it's such a small softball world, especially in Southern California. I think I met you, Ashley, when you must have been 9 years old, maybe
Yeah.
10 years at the most. And so I think it was a firecracker team at the time. But I've been following you and your parents for several years. And it's awesome to see that that girl that we saw hitting home runs at 10 years old continue to do that all through high school. That's really amazing.
Thank you. Yes.
So tell me, Ashley, just before we talk about your recruiting process and how you decided on your university, tell me a little bit about your busy summer. I know you started with I don't know if the All Star game was first or graduation, but kind of walk me through the summer and how you've been finding time to do anything.
Yeah, so basically, I graduated in late May, and then
Okay.
after I was asked to play in the All-Star game and stuff. So that was after I graduated, and during that time, I started travel ball because travel ball started June 1st, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
Graduated 2 days later, I had a tournament, so I was kind of a little stressed, and I was like a little concerned about if I should play in this All-Star game or not. And my dad was kind of pushing it, like, yeah, do it, like you'll have fun. And I'm just like, I'm gonna be tired, like my body's gonna like shut down. I just graduated. Why do I have to put my high school jersey back on? Because like I feel like I don't know, playing high school, it wasn't easy. It was a lot
Yeah.
mentally and physically. So the idea of putting my jersey back on one more time was kind of iffy to me. But I'm glad my
Yeah.
dad pushed me into it because it turned out to be one of the best experiences I've ever had for a high school event. And I didn't expect that turnout, and I'm very grateful that it did happen and all of the connections that I made. But yeah, and then I came straight from my travel ball game to go to
Oh
that game.
wow.
So I was like a
Wow.
little tired and stuff. I've already like played 2, 3 games, and those games that I played before the All-Star game, I actually hit a home run to win our game. So it was
Oh
like,
wow.
wow, yeah, I was in complete shock. But yeah, I've just
Nice.
been busy, like no breaks really. Tournaments almost every single week, and if we don't have tournaments, we have a travel ball practice with the organization. So
Okay.
it's been very busy, like, and if I do stuff for myself and have time for myself, I always have to hit before I go anywhere, which is a lot of softball girls understand, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
just been softball this summer.
Well, and that's interesting because we've talked to a lot of girls that have committed, and everybody it seems like has a different schedule. Some
Hmm.
girls cut back on the travel tournaments. Some girls get more selective of what they do. It doesn't seem like you slow down at all.
Yeah, no, it's always go with me. Like, especially like, because I know to hit every day, it makes me more consistent. So no days
Yeah,
off.
yeah. Awesome, awesome. So tell us a bit about the recruiting process itself. Obviously, you've just graduated, but
Hmm.
of course, everybody in the softball field knows that it didn't start today or last month. It's probably something you've been working on for years. So why don't
Yes.
you kind of walk me through a little bit of when you first started reaching out to schools, or vice versa, when they started reaching out to you?
So the first way that I got to reach out to schools was through social media. Social media, I feel like if I didn't have my Instagram and my Twitter, I probably wouldn't have got the exposure that I did. So I was really heavy on that. And then I also, during friends is when it really got like serious. Like I knew what schools I wanted to email, I knew what schools I wanted to go to. And so in 14U, I started to email schools my schedules or just a little check-in because I like when you do that, like, hey, like, I hope you have a great holiday or Happy New Year and stuff like just little stuff
Yeah.
like that. Or I would just tell them how much like I admire their program and I hope to see them at this camp. And I would go to a lot of camps as well. I remember during that time I was going to like a Duke camp, just little camps that my coach set up where there would be a whole bunch of coaches there, like
Hmm.
Florida, Texas A&M, just those types of things. So I was really heavy on camps and stuff in 14U. And then when I got to 16U is when the coaches, we would actually see them in the stands. So it was like a whole new thing playing in front of coaches. I will say my
Yeah.
first time playing in front of coaches, like I was super nervous and I like just did not do good. And that was in a Florida tournament when I was 14. And then when I came back for 16s, playing in front of coaches, like it made me excited. Like it didn't get me scared, like, because I
Yeah.
knew that if I played the way I play and if they want me, then they're going to want me for me, if that makes sense. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, 16U was very important for me this summer. I did deal with a lot of injuries, which was like a little scary for me, but I did play through some of them that were attainable. But
Okay.
then after my senior season was September 1st, going into my junior year, when I got calls, and that's when they can contact you. And honestly, for me, it felt like Christmas. Like it was just crazy. Like I stayed up till 12. I stayed up to see who was texting me, calling me, and stuff. But I would say that my recruitment process, thank God, was pretty easy for the most part, even dealing with those injuries and
Yeah.
having like the strength to get through them and go to my physical therapy and stuff like that. But yeah, my September 1st was very eventful.
Nice, nice. Now, obviously, you committed to Arizona State University, which
Hmm.
is a awesome school, Tempe, Arizona. I've got
Yes.
family in the area. I love to spend time there. I love it more in the winter than in the summer, but
Hmm.
nonetheless,
Yes.
Arizona State is a beautiful campus.
Hmm.
What sold you on Arizona State? Was it the coaches? Was it the environment? What sold you?
What sold me was just the vibe that they bring and the energy that they bring. I remember the summer of my sophomore year watching them competing for the World Series and just
Hmm.
their energy. Like I play with a lot of energy, a lot of hype, a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming, a lot of
Yeah,
getting up. So when I saw that on the TV, I'm like I want to play for them. They have always been one of my dream schools. Like my mom vouched for me, my Twitter can vouch for me when I would post and watching them and stuff. And I
yeah.
just loved how they played. And I knew that they were going to accept me for the way I am and wouldn't tell me to tone it down or hey, cool it down. I knew I could be myself there. So that's what really sold me. And it honestly just felt like home. Like Tempe felt like home.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
and that's important, finding the right fit. Like I said,
Yeah.
there's plenty of good colleges all over the country, but it's very important that you meet in with the local environment, with the coaches, with the team. It's super important. I mean, especially with the way the transfer portal is working right now. I've talked to so many girls that hey committed to this school, they went to visit, they hung out with the team, and then they're like, no, this is not it. Then they
Hmm.
got to go through
Yeah.
the decommit, and start the whole process over again. So it's very
Yeah.
impressive that you were able to kind of meet with everybody, feel the vibe, and just found a home. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to most about starting your college journey? Obviously, you have tons of accolades in high school and in the
Mhm.
travel ball world, but what are you most excited about as far as Arizona State?
I'm most excited about just being competitive with other teams and just like facing that good pitching and facing that good team. I'm someone who doesn't back down from a good pitcher. Like it makes me excited. Like
Yeah.
just being in the college atmosphere is just something so different because everybody wants to be there. Everybody puts in the work. Everybody stays later for extra hitting. And that's something that I'm all about. Like being in high school was very hard because there was not a lot of people like that. A lot of people didn't care. And it really took a toll on me. And I feel like being in college where everybody wants to be there, their job is to be there. It's just going to
Yeah.
be totally different and bring a better vibe to the team and to the program.
Nice, very cool,
Yeah.
very cool. Now tell me a little bit about your support system. And obviously, you're full of energy, and obviously, you're a self-starter. But again,
Mhm.
I don't know if it was always that way. I don't know. I know nobody gets started on their own. So tell me a little bit about your support system.
I would say my biggest support system is my family, 100,000%,
Nice.
especially my siblings always at my games when they don't want to be and stuff. It's just like it's very refreshing to know that I have family that's always going to be there. Like my dad is the one that is out there doing the physical work with me. My mom is the one helping me with my mental game. My grandmas, my aunts, my uncles, like they find a way to be there and support me. So it's just amazing just seeing how much they will go through to be there for me and to know that they have my backs. They're like always been my biggest supporters. Even when my siblings are tired, they're always recording, my little brother recording my at bats and stuff. So it brings it brings a bigger love for the sport when I see that everybody I love is behind me.
That's really cool. And I
Yeah.
know the exciting thing about it, just speaking as a family member, your success is their success. So I know they're
Yes.
super proud of you, and it's good
Yes.
that they get to enjoy that. It's going to be really cool seeing the whole family in ASU gear. Well, I know
Yes.
your sister's at another university, but definitely when they're out there to support you, they'll all be in their ASU gear. So that's really
Yeah.
cool to see. So
Yeah.
also like reading through your some of your accolades and everything too, I know that you were invited to the PGF All American game, which is exciting. That was always a highlight of when we would take our kids to PGF when we play. We always wanted
Hmm.
to stick around for the college game. So tell us
Yeah.
about that. When did you get the invite?
Okay, so I got the invite. I can't remember the exact date, but I know it was during June, early June. I believe June 5th or 6th, actually. But it
Okay.
was one of my biggest accomplishments ever because when I was younger, my dad would always tell me like, "Oh, like one day you're going to be in the All-American game. One day you're going to be in the All-American game." And would name all the great players that came before me that I used to watch. And it was
Yeah.
honestly, this is like one of the biggest things that's ever happened to me in my career. Like committing was very fun. Winning state was fun, but like this was like no way because this is the best of the best. And for them to even consider me and to think of me as one
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I was just looking at the roster of some of the girls on there and the commitment, and every one of them is Ohio State,
Everyone.
Oklahoma, Arizona,
Everyone.
Texas, Georgia. It is truly the best of the
Yes.
best. And just watching that game, growing up, it's always next level plays, pitching's outstanding, defense is
Yes.
outstanding. So very exciting. Do you have the date and time for that game so we can let people know?
It is July 27th and it's going to be on ESPN. I do not have the exact time, but I know the date and we could
Okay.
probably put that in the description.
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get
Yeah.
that in there. It'll
But
be it'll
save the
be
date for
it'll be
July.
awesome. That sounds cool. That sounds cool. So, listen, we've learned a little bit about you as the softball player, but we know that there's more to Ashley than that. It's funny. I ask girls this all the time, and sometimes they struggle with it because, like, man, softball is my life. I do this, this, and
Yeah.
this, but I know you're a multifaceted young lady. So, tell me about at least one other passion off the softball field.
My other passion is singing. It's been something that I've done my whole life. My mom's a singer, a professional singer. My grandfather's a singer. So it's just been something that's always been around me. I did choir last year. Like it was a one-time thing, but I really loved it. We went to Carnegie Hall in New York and sang, and it's
Wow.
probably one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life besides my softball accolades. Like that's one of my top things that has happened to me. Traveling to New York was so fun. Exploring New York was fun. Singing in Carnegie Hall was so fun because so many great, talented people have performed there. So, yeah, I would say singing is one of my passions, and I just love to do
Wow.
it.
That's all. I'm not going to put you on the spot. I'm not going to put you on the spot.
Thank you.
But but I won't do that. But one day, maybe a couple years down the line, we'll have you back. We'll give you some prep work because I
Yeah.
did I did get a chance to. I think I saw a clip of you singing the national anthem at a local
Yeah.
game, and it was an excellent job. And you can tell
Thank
that that was a
you.
little bit of fun. So really really
No,
cool.
but if I
Um,
I feel like if I wasn't so serious about softball, I'd probably pursue that as an actual thing. But it's just a little side hobby for now.
Nah, well, like you said, keyword for now.
Yeah.
Like I said, for a lot of us, softball ends 22, 23 if you don't get coaches. But now with all the new opportunities and the pro softball leagues, that's
Yeah.
not necessarily the case now. We got
Hmm.
softball players well into their 30s. And so, maybe singing on a higher level can wait till 30, 35, 40,
Right.
and you can have a nice long softball career.
Yeah.
So cool. Hey, so tell us a little bit, Ashley, because obviously, and we talked a little bit off the air about some of the things your busy summer and how you always have to work out or hit beforehand. Kind of walk us through maybe like a typical weekly training. Obviously, you have stuff with your team that you do, but then there's
Mhm.
also stuff on your own.
Okay, so during the weekdays, I wake up at about 9, 10. I obviously eat because I never eat on an empty stomach like breakfast. I have to eat breakfast. It's my favorite meal ever. So I wake
Nice.
up around 9, 10, eat my breakfast, drink some water, take a shower, get ready for the day. And then I typically go to my high school to hit around
Okay.
12, 1 o'clock. It's kind of hot by then, but like it's getting me used to one, the Arizona weather, and two, PGF. So,
Yeah.
like I'm practicing during that time, so when I'm playing during that time, it's not as bad. So
Mm,
I'll hit for around 30, 40 minutes depending on how I do. I don't like to hit for a certain amount of time. Like let's say we hit for 30 minutes. I like to hit until I feel good because I feel like
nice.
you're just hitting for a time period and it's just like you're not working towards anything. Like I'm working towards something when I'm hitting. I'm like trying to accomplish a goal when I'm hitting. So I'll do try to do left field first, hit all balls to left field, and then work my way around the field. And then I'll typically do that for however long, but it's typically 30 to 40 minutes. And then
Nice.
sometimes I'll get some outfield work in. My dad will hit me the ball. It's not that good, but it's okay. Um, but yeah, when I
I'll make
can,
sure we let him know.
I'll do some outfield work, just some little drills, throwing the ball at the wall and fielding it as a do or die, just to tweak the little things because I know it's a little drill, but it does do a lot for me and what I need to work on. And then after that, I'll either go swimming sometimes because I have access to a
Nice.
pool, and that's also a
Nice.
good workout too. Like I don't just like lounge around. Sometimes I'll
Yeah.
actually like really swim. I love to swim. Like that's also one of my big hobbies, especially around the summertime.
That, that's
And then
that's what
yeah,
I
I do that.
that's what
Yeah,
I
I do
tell
that.
people.
Yeah, and I typically do that with my
No,
siblings. Just a
what I was
little.
gonna say is I explain that to people sometimes that like I said, swimming is one of the best workouts you can get. I mean, like the
Yes.
professional swimmers or the college swimmers, they burn so many calories. Not like me, I just kind of sit in the water, I'm not doing
Yeah.
anything. But for the people that actually swim to train, it's an amazing
Yes.
workout.
No, it's fun, especially like with my siblings. Like that's our little bonding time. And then after that, we'll get out,
Okay.
we'll watch a movie. Like I'm very close to my family, like very close to my siblings. Like we're always together, always doing stuff together. And when I'm hitting, typically they're there picking up the balls and stuff. So that's what a day looks like. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Now, how about weight training? I know some girls weight train all the time, and some girls don't
Mhm.
touch weights at all. What is your experience with weight training and cardio?
Weight training, I'm very heavy on it during the fall season, which is like the off season and
Okay.
stuff, or during Christmas time, like my Christmas break, I'll get a gym pass and I'll go with my dad and we'll work out and stuff. I feel like those times are the times where softball is typically dead, so I feel like I need to build up and stuff. But other than that, during the summer, like it's a lot of wear and tear on your body doing all of these tournaments and stuff. I will
Mm,
do like running or swimming as like a cardio thing, but weight
nice.
training is not really heavy during my summer season or my spring season, but definitely fall like at least 4 times a week, fall lifting. And during Christmas time, 3 to 4 times a week, I'm on it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
So my final question for you, Ashley, is obviously there's a lot of older girls watching, but this primarily goes out to a lot of the girls that are just starting the recruiting process, the 13, 14, 15 years old. What kind of advice would you have for them, or even thinking back when you started your journey, what would you done differently?
So to answer the last part of the question, I feel like I wouldn't have done anything differently. Like I feel like my process was very natural, organic, 100% me, and I feel like I put in all the work that could possibly be put in. I put all the faith in that could possibly be put in. So I feel like I wouldn't do anything differently. And I love the way that I performed. I love the way that I reached out to coaches and stuff. And for the girls that are just starting out, my advice would be to not stress yourself out. This is supposed to be fun. And when college coaches come around, do not do anything differently because, like I said before, how you perform, how you truly perform is what they're going to be getting. And if they don't like it, then they're the school for you. and to also
Yeah.
not worry about other people's journeys. Don't look to your right, don't look to your left. Stay in your own lane because whatever is for you is for you. And I truly believe that God has a plan for every single one of the girls that are wanting to play the next level for college. And I want them to know that whatever's for someone else is not typically for you. So I feel like comparison is kills joy. Comparison like really
Mhm.
does kill joy, and I feel like you're not going to have fun when you're comparing yourself to, oh, this girl's committed here, this girl's committed here. I feel
Mm.
like your time will come, and to know that everybody's journey is different. So just don't
Yeah.
compare yourself and truly have fun because this sport is fun. So yeah, that would be my advice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, the last 20 minutes or so has been extremely fun for me. Again, I've been a fan for quite a long time watching you grow up, and I'm super excited to see the next 4 years at Arizona State University. So, Ashleigh Majia, I just want to thank you one more time and go Sun Devils.
Thank you so much for having me. Forks up.